Hey everybody, this is George. I just finished installing some navigation lights on my Sea-Doo Fish Pro. Let me show y'all what I got, and then after we're going to install them on my wife's Explorer and show y'all how I did it. Got that panel right there. On, off. Blur out the camera. So these are the lights at nighttime, and if you want to watch how we installed them, watch the rest of the video. Stay tuned, subscribe, that way you can catch more videos of us riding these bad boys out on the water. Okay, so we're going to start off by removing this hood section because the lights are going to come right in there. So they're pretty discreet. So if you come around here, there's just two screws that hold it in. One right here, it's a 5/16, and one on the other side. We'll go ahead and remove those. Okay, this pops up like that. That's it. That's all there is to it. So we'll go ahead, we'll go inside now, and we're gonna go ahead and drill our holes and put the lights in and wire that all up. This is the area we're gonna install the light. You just wanna make sure you got enough clearance because there's a piece right here that this slides into. And too far back, and the flashing in the other part of the ski is going to block the light from going off to the side. So this is about right where we're going. Hit it. So I got to mark the inside first. About right there. It's not too high up. I can double check, but I don't think it is. And then we'll mark the outside on this. That way we can cut that section out. So the lock ring will fit flush. Let me double check on this side to make sure. So it looks like we didn't hit these circles right there. So let's double check. And it looks like I'll be just underneath those circles right there. So I'd say that that's pretty even. Okay. So if you hold that, I'll try to do my best to drill it. Let me put some tape on this side. Okay. Right there. Yep. Okay. I'm not going to go all the way through on this side, but we'll go all the way through on the other side. So lean that back. And that's that piece. These are fitting correctly. Let me see. Alright. Screw that down. trim this one better than the other side. I feel like. Make sure that light's straight, and then I'll lock it down. About right there. And see this gap right here? And see that gap right there? They close, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Kind of moved on us a little bit. I can pull it down. Let me double check before I lock it in. Yeah, that looks good, huh? Mm-hmm. That ain't going nowhere. So the wires are gonna come down. So maybe this looks like maybe a spot that there's a bracket or something. So we'll pass that up. We'll wipe this clean spot right there, and come on this side. Clean us a spot. Clean this. Clean that. And one in the middle. Because I'm gonna put these little stickies. These little stickies right here. Put that one right there. Put this one right there. That one right there. And this will just hopefully help hold the wires from bouncing around, going crazy. And we'll just run them like this. Just like that. Like that. And then this one, we can run. And then we'll put one in the middle. Let's go right there. That way, it'll just kind of help hold the wires from bouncing around. And now we've got to put plugs on it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what I didn't do last time was mark what side was my ground wire on. So, and as we can see, we can't even tell what side the ground wire is on. So I'm going to have to probably pull this out because I don't want to reverse the polarity. And this plug. So it looks like I'm going to have to reverse one of these plugs because the grounds are on the wrong side. Okay, so you just want to make sure when you're doing the plugs that you mark what side the ground is on. So when it clips in like that, you know you're on the right side. Just like that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put a plug on the end of the navigation lights. I wanted to put a plug that way if I have to take the hood off, I just got to unplug it right there and I don't have to pull wires all the way out. So I found this kit off of Amazon. Now the connectors are going to be different from the fuse box. So keep that in mind and I'll show you that when we get to that point. So we're going to go ahead and go ahead and install this particular plug. It takes this male pin and then that locks in the pins. I'm going to put both of these wires in there. When I did this the first time, it was a little snug, but it's doable. So first we have to get that out. And that's just a little rubber grommet to help keep the water out. And we're going to go ahead and take that and push that on our wire. Like I said, it's a little snug. Okay. Now that we got that, so we're going to go ahead and strip back these wires. And we're going to test the lights individually to make sure that they're good. Probably can test them before you even mount them too. And I happen to have a 12-volt battery, but I think if you use the 9-volt battery, you can get one of the lights to light up. So we'll do the green one first. That would be this light right here. This is the green one. And I'll try to test that. Getting bright. Bright? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the green works. Now we'll test the red. Testing the red now.
It's on.
Okay, we've removed the outer jacket. We're separating the wires. I'm going to go ahead and strip these wires back. About that many. And we'll go ahead and twist these wires together.
The two black wires.
The two black wires. This will be the ground wires. And at this point, I don't think it's necessary, but because I have a soldering iron, I'm going to go ahead and solder that connection. That way I know for sure that it's not going to come apart. Just gotta let this warm up now. While we wait for that, I can strip these back. Okay, so now let's go ahead and solder these.
The solder is just to beef the connection. It's not necessary, right?
That's right. Yeah, I think it would do just fine without the solder. But we'll put a little solder on there just to be on the safe side. Okay. Now, I'm going to crimp on these connectors, and you have to be careful, because if you crimp this connection too tight, they can break the wire. Okay. Get crimped. I should test it like this. Make sure we got it, because for whatever reason, this one's giving me problem after problem.
I got green. I don't have green anymore, so look at green staying
in the red zone. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. So now we're going to push this in here, and they just push in this way. Let's push that one in first. Well, we'll push them both in, and you should be able to hear them click. Nope. Reach in and pull them through. Okay, so they're both pretty locked in there, and you can tell there's some little keepers in there. I don't know if it's possible to see in there, but then this piece, I don't know if we're getting that.
What is it?
This is gonna lock them in place.
The little green piece.
The little green piece locks it in, so it can't slide out, just like that. And now they're in, and then we're gonna take this gasket, or whatever, grommet. And because the wires are thick, it's a little snug, but you can push it in. And then I like to take a screwdriver and kind of work it in there. And come to this side and work it in. And that'll make it somewhat watertight. Just like that. Make sure the side and the corners are in. Okay, and that is 95% professional. Well, the wire slipped through there. That's like 5% right there. Okay. My plug is done. And that's done for the hood. Okay, so this stuff's kind of like a little Chinese finger torture. And get it going right there. You can just slide it on until it gets a little snug. And then when it gets snug, you can come to the end and just push it and pinch it. Okay, so we decided on a location for the panel inside that's going to control the lights, and I made a little template that way I know where to cut out and everything. So it's going to come right here, just like so, just like that. And don't have to be a fancy template because we're just marking out the hole. Okay. Okay. That should do that. It's gonna be tough to see, but I gotta put a headlight on. Okay. Now we're gonna check and make sure that the panel does fit. Oh yeah. Perfect. Okay. So before we install this panel, we've got to run lights, and then this switch right here, I'm going to pull it off and put a switch for our bilge pump. That way we can have running lights, and then later on we'll be installing a bilge pump.
And then we have extra.
And extra switches, spare switches.
Yeah.
For other
Perfect.
accessories. Okay, so I finished putting the sleeving over the cable. I got this sleeving from CabletiesandMore.com or CabletiesandMore.com. Pretty good price, and they have a variety of different colors. Our skis are gray, so I went with a gray, but they have all kinds of different colors. Shipping was pretty quick too. So, but I got my piece already made up, ready to go. So now we're going to go in the front, and we're going to pull through and tie this on so we can pull it to our switch. Okay, so there's two ports, one right here, one right here. This one has the steering cable going through it, and this one's got all the wires. I initially, on my Sea-Doo, tried to run down this raceway, and it actually crisscrosses and winds up on the other side of the Sea-Doo. So, to make things easier, run it down this one, the same one as the steering cable, and it pops out right underneath the hole we drilled, or cut. Oh, I think I made it all the way through. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm out. So I'm gonna have to put my hand down there, and you might have to. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I should have a sleeve on.
He's reaching in the hole to find the wire.
Can you, Oh, I got it.
Got it?
Got it. I think I'm stuck.
You need me to feed some more?
Ow. I'm stuck. Oh man. Like seriously.
You got your arm stuck?
Yeah.
So be careful not to get your arm stuck.
Ow. Oh.
Need me to get the lube?
Oh. It's not funny right now. No.
If you have kids with little arms, maybe it'd be easier for them.
Oh, it's a good thing I don't work out.
Watch them gains, folks.
You don't work out if you're gonna do this project. Okay, we got our cable pulled through, so I'm gonna go ahead and tape the other cable on.
So you're taping the side with the connection on, correct?
Correct. And it doesn't need a lot of tape because we're just using a. It's gonna pull real easy because there's not much in that raceway or conduit or whatever. Just a little bit of tape to hold it. And then I'll reach over here and give this a pull. And I'm also feeding it just like that. Okay. And I'll pull a little bit. And that's it on that one. Okay, now that we've got all our plugs ready and we've labeled the sides where negative wire is, we'll go ahead and make it the connection. Nice and snug. Like that. Make sure that grommet stays in. Just like that. Okay. And then we'll just kind of tuck that in like that. And we can slide this back on.
Hold on. Lift it up.
And that's it. And I'll go ahead and secure that. Okay, that side's secure, and then as you can see, the light cleared this bracket right here. Got plenty of clearance. Wires aren't getting caught up on anything. Okay, so this is the cable, the wire that's coming from the front where the lights are at. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it, and the leftover cable is gonna go back to the fuse box. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right here. Actually, let's cut it with them scissors. Much better. Okay, then I'm gonna pull this back. Open that up and pull this back a little bit. Like that, just so I can have access to the wires. And I'll put a little piece of tape to hold. Just to hold it for now, so I got some slack. And then we'll undo it.
Tap the screen.
And it's gonna be my power wire. And strip that back. We'll twist it. And then I'll fold it over like that. And I've got this connector right here.
What kind of connector is that?
A little spade connector. Crimp it. Crimp it, double check, give it a good snug pull, make sure that's stay connected, and then we can get our control panel, and that's going to be going on the the first switch for the navigation lights. So we're going to go ahead and connect it to this pin right here. Just like that. And then we'll hook up the negatives. Don't pull it out. I gotta solder this. I'm gonna have to get the solder gun. You can let it hang maybe, because I'm gonna have to go get the solder. The leftover wire we cut from the lights to the switch panel is about 5 feet, so we're gonna go ahead and run that from the switch panel to the fuse box. But first I'm gonna push that camera line through, because it's a lot more rigid.
There it is.
I'll go ahead and tape one end. To that. I'll pull it back through. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and strip out the ground. Let me put some tape on that. So I'll hold it first. Like that. Okay. We'll strip out that ground so we can connect all the grounds together. And then we'll solder them. Okay. We'll snow cap the grounds.
They want to buy the larger snow caps, right?
Well, this one's a smaller one, but the next one will be a little bit larger. Because the wires are bigger. So now we got the snow cap in place right there. Now we have our power wire right here that we're going to solder to these power wires. We'll twist two together right here, like this. And then we'll twist these two, like that. And then once we get this soldered, we'll cut those ends. Okay. Okay. Make a nice clean connection, and then we'll put a big snow cap. There. Okay. And that's all done. Now we'll just put this in here. We're not going to screw anything down, but we'll just put it in here for now, and then we'll come work on the fuse box. Okay, so we're going to be tying into the fuse box right here, and there are some special connections that you have to buy. You can get them from the local dealer, or you can look online. Purchase these on eBay. I don't remember the expense, but comes with a bunch of them, so you can continue to add to that fuse box. But you'll need these, as well as you will also need to buy the little rubber boots that keep the water out of the fuse box. So I'll go ahead and show you how we install all of that. I forgot it doesn't open that way, you just gotta squeeze. So if we look on the fuse box cover, I don't know if y'all will be able to see it or not, but there's a bilge pump number 3. And if you can see on the actual panel, that number 3 is open. See that? It's got a note right there, is open. So I'm going to also be putting in a terminal right there, and we're going to go ahead and use the bilge pump access to run power to the switch panel. And then back here, all 3 of these are grounds. They only have one ground in, so we're going to add another ground to it, and then from there that'll send power to the switch panel. And future bilge pump will just go from the bilge pump straight to the switch panel, so we won't have to mess with the fuse box. But let me go ahead and pull off the other pieces. Now this piece you have to pull these out. These come out like that and like this, just like that. And then this fuse panel is going to come out like that. And I don't know, all those wires right there on the back. So what you're going to need to do is,
The screen's turned on.
what you're going to need to do is locate right where we're going in with the power. You're going to need a punch, and maybe try to hold your hand underneath, because you're going to have to punch out the little rubber thing, the little dust protector, and you'll feel it go through. And when it comes out, okay, so we're going to punch this ground out, the little dust collector out. So push it, and sometimes you got to push a couple times, and that's it right there. So those 2 are out. Now we can take our wire right here.
So you wouldn't be able to reuse the little thing that you just punched out?
No, because they're solid.
Oh, okay.
See, there's no holes in it. It's just a solid piece to protect any moisture and anything getting in there. So we'll go ahead and pull back our wire. We'll tape down the wire covering. And go ahead and get those pulled apart. And then we'll strip back that insulation. Okay, now it's going to need those special fuse box pieces.
Do you know what size those are?
No. It just says,
It's a Sea-Doo brand?
yeah, but it says F terminal.
Okay.
So maybe do a little research. I don't remember if I did or not. I guess I could, huh?
I don't think you did. I think you soldered all your little things. But I'm cool with it if you don't want to solder it. If it comes loose, you can fix it right there.
I don't think it'll come loose. I could put a little drop of solder on it, it won't hurt. Or is that taking up too much time?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, almost forgot the most important part. The little dust and waterproofing. That'd have been bad. It'd have just been wasteful because I'd have to redo it all over again. So this goes on like this, just like that. And then you crimp them. Like this. Just like that. That crimps. And then I'm going to come back with these pliers and crimp the little rubber piece. Just like that. Okay. Try that and see how that works out. Just like that. And then we'll crimp those. Just like that. Okay. So now we've got to plug in the positive right here. That one's going to plug in right there, and you want to make sure that this is in the right orientation. And it's going to go in kind of a tight squeeze, but it goes in right there. Just like that. And then I'm going to push it in. That pin pusher. And you can hear it snap in when it's in all the way. And then we'll come around, make sure our ground is lined up in the correct orientation. Just like that. We'll get that lined up. Come on, something working. Let me squeeze this in. It goes right there. Okay. And you can hear it snap in. Alright, now you can see we have our two pins ready for the fuse, and then right here the grounds are connected. So this is going to come off. Take this tape off. Like that. Seems like I had a lot extra. I can push it back to secure it. Let me put this back in its position. Like that. So I got some mini fuses. And we're going to go ahead, since we're just running LED lights right now, we're going to put a 3 amp in where we were using the bilge pump access. And then the ground, I don't have ones marked as ground, but the ground would just be like a solid bar. But instead I'm going to go ahead and put a 20 amp as the ground, because that would be a solid bar anyways. So, okay, testing the lights.
They definitely don't look as bright on Muskie as they do yours.
Well, that and the sun's shining.
They work. Everything works, so.
Closing it up. Okay. And the panel on the inside's working.
Hello.
Everything good, Christian? Yeah. You checked out good. We're gonna go ahead and secure the panel with some of these screws. It kind of sucks, huh? Because I did a good take.
I don't know if you did or not.
Oh, I'm sure I did. So, okay. Hold on. Because you can keep recording. I'm just saying I won't record all of that because I'm getting frustrated now.